Hey y'all, this is Toya. You tuned in to Healthy Talks and Walks with Toya, where we are generational curse breakers that are growing in the uncomfortable. Hey y'all, so real quick, I wanted to talk to you guys about offense versus being offended. Offense versus being offended. And the reason I want to talk about this is because some of the worst people is the ones that's easily offended, right? And I just don't want that to be us, okay? So what I did was I looked up what offense is, and an offense is basically an annoyance or resentment brought on by perceived insult or a disregard for one's standard or principles, right? So it's first off perceived insult or like a disregard for your standards or principles. Again, with the perceived piece, sometimes people don't even mean to offend you because they don't know where you grew up at. They don't know what's offensive to you. They don't know some of those things or whatever, right? So again, it's a perception thing. That's one. Sometimes it is intentional. Like, oh, we in an argument and I'm finna purposely try to hurt you. Okay, so if you find yourself around people like that, those are people that you really need to consider not really being around. Okay, because that's not serving you or them. You ain't nobody domat. You too valuable for that. Okay, but so an offense is something that can happen, intentional or unintentional. Like I just said, in example, because I love to give examples. One day I was out and I was talking and I had said something to someone, right? And they got offended by it. They took offense to it rather. And I was just like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I meant this. And they was like, oh, for real? Well, where I'm from, this is what that means. And I was like, oh, well, no, down here, because I'm from the South. No, that ain't what it meant to us, you know? Easily. It was taken care of. We moved on about our day. Offended, though, is a choice. It's something when we hold on to the offense and internalize it as if the person has done this intentionally, or as if like this really define who we are. I get this from Pastor Tim. My pastor, he always say offense is inevitable, right? But offended is a choice. If we choose to walk in the offense, then it's like people don't even know how to interact with you. Like, it's like, man, this person, they easily, every time you say something, it's always something, right? Honestly, I feel like if you're an easily offended person, it shows a little bit lack of maturity. Because everything somebody say is not really for you to internalize and make like they meant this in that way or whatever like that. I've also found that if you check an offense quickly, it don't get room to like sit around and stew on and stuff like that. In example, somebody said something to me. It was a while when I had a sew-in and it pulled out my hand in the middle of my head. Ain't nobody know it was there, but somebody made a joke about calling me bald head, but they was joking, right? But I had got a little bit offended. You know, I felt some offense because I really did have a bald spot in the middle of my head, right? Later on, I talked to the person and said, hey, actually that hurt my feelings when you said that because this and that and the third, right? And they was like, oh, I had no idea. Right now, I had a choice in that moment to either walk around and be offended with this person and all of that stuff, or I could just address it and say, hey, it hurt my feelings when you said that, or I didn't like it when you did that. And then they can apologize and we can move forward, or they can be like, I don't care if it hurt your feelings. At that point, that's when you make a decision to say, hey, this is not a person that I necessarily need to be interacting with. Okay, so don't walk around here easily offended, people. Please don't, because you the people folks don't want to be around. Ain't nobody finna walk around on eggshells just to be in relationship with you. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I'm only talking to you guys about this because that was a place that I was once in and it really had me captive. But now I've grown from that, and that's what Healthy Talks and Walks is about my me documenting my journey to healing. And as I have healed from this, I learned to either address offense or choose not to just hold on to it anyway. I address it or make a choice that I'm not going to hold on to it. So I don't walk around here with my feelings on my sleeve, and that is not that much energy for people to try to be in a relationship with me. Okay? All right, y'all. This is Toya. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share because this may bless somebody else. All right. Peace.